Good morning, YouTube world. As the title suggested, I'm going to be showing you all the horror games I've picked up. As you all may know, I'm a huge horror game buff. I started off in the same place everyone else did when I was a child, playing Resident Evil before I was old enough to play Resident Evil. Yes, things like Silent Hill. But over the years, the horror game genre has flourished, and now there are 1,000,001 different titles, all trying to compete for sort of horror game of the year, I would assume. So I'll start you off with games that you may have saw in previous videos, and then the last game will be the game I believe is the scariest game I've ever played. Yes. So the first two I'm going to show you, that was a beautiful present from my wife, is Project Zero 1 and 2 on the original Xbox. As you saw in my aforementioned videos, or may not have saw, I had a Project Zero 1 on PS2 that I picked up from a charity shop, and the wife bought me it because it has a different case and she didn't know I already had it. Anyway, I digress. Go into the games, Andrew. Project Zero 1 and 2, which is it Fatal Frame? Yes, Fatal Frame in America and Japan. Two outstanding games. You go around haunted places and you catch ghosties and ghoulies using a camera. You take a picture of them at the exact moment just before they're about to kill you, and that's how you capture / hashtag kill them. Yeah, some of the gaming logic in horror games is you have to think about it a bit, or try not to think about it a bit, and it makes more sense. Yeah, it's about as much sense as that sentence. Yes, but yes, first two games on my horror pile. Now, the next, how many is this, Andrew? This is 6. The next 6 games are all in the same family. Yes. It is most of the Resident Evil collection. I have Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles, Resident Evil The Village, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, yes, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil Africa 5, and my favourite Resident Evil of all time, and on the console I prefer to play it on, is Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. This was £5. Absolute bargain. You obviously can get remasters of most of these games. The games I want to talk about are Resident Evil 4, obviously, and Resident Evil The Village. So I played this consecutively for many years on the same console. Absolutely outstanding game. One of the best games ever created, I believe. Fight me. And don't. And Resident Evil 4... nope, sorry, Resident Evil Village. I took a hiatus from Resident Evil for a long time. Like I said, playing Resident Evil 4. Took a hiatus, disappeared, and then picked up a copy of Resident Evil Village for a few quid. And played through this. Amazing game. Outstanding. Not only for the scantily clad vampire ladies. Yes. But the gameplay, the graphics, everything. Absolutely incredible pair of games. Obviously, very graphically different and technologically different. But all the same, awesome games. So yes, the next two games. I played the second one first, and when I played the second one, there's a part in the game where you're walking down a long corridor, and on the walls in blood it says don't turn round. I turned round, there was nothing there. I got to the end of the corridor where there was a mannequin stood on its own. I got to the mannequin, aiming a shotgun at him because I was scared. The mannequin didn't move, it was unimpressive. I turned around, and the route that I had taken to this room, there was now hundreds of mannequins all staring at me. I promptly turned it off and went to bed. Yes, terrifying. And that is, of course, Condemned 1 and 2 on the Xbox 360. Absolutely incredible pair of games. Quite renowned. Everyone knows the Condemned series. Very brutal, very happy-go-lucky killy kind of games, running around killing things before you get killed. Very gruesome. Yes. Sort of a Manhunt-esque kind of genre-ish. Yes. The reason I didn't include Manhunt, because it's not really a horror, I don't think. It's just more of a violence simulator. Yes, whereas games like Condemned had jump scares and were genuinely scary. Like I said, made me turn it off, I ran away. Yes, so Condemned 1 and 2. The next trilogy of games, I'll talk more about the first two, is Fear 1, 2 and 3 on the PlayStation 3. Now the first two were made by Monolith. Were they both made by Monolith? I believe so. Get in the comments. The first two were made by one company, kind of. So they followed the same storyline and things and such. And it was about the time that like Call of Duty and Battlefield were popping off. So number 3, they sort of went along those lines more than the story of the first two, if that makes sense. So by the third one, it kind of fell off. Now the first two, incredible games, scary games, jump scares, girl comes out of nowhere, very scary. Number 3, yes, but I'm not a completionist as such, but I like to have all the games in the set kind of thing. So like Halo, I'll have all the Halos and Dynasty Warriors, things and such. So Fear, I had to get 3. Luckily enough, it was only a few quid, so I wasn't too bothered. But yes, I have them now. Beautiful. The next game is an arcade game that got ported to the Wii as kind of a remaster. And that game is House of the Dead 2 and 3. Why does it not include 1? Don't know. I should do more research. But yes, House of the Dead 2 and 3. Brilliant games. Brilliant. If you've got a spare half hour, have a play through. Takes minutes. Have a shoot around. Very cool. Are these a horror game? Borderline. But yes, kind of. Things and such jump out of nowhere. There's bugs and stuff that fly at you. I don't know. Kind of scary. Is it a violence simulator? Yeah. Yes and no. Everyone knows House of the Dead. You all played this as a kid in an arcade. Put too many £1 coins into the machine. Got to the first few levels. Did anyone ever see the last level in the arcade? At home it's easy, but in the arcade, did anyone get to the end? Let me know. Yes, House of the Dead on Nintendo Wii. And the next game I included because it does have jump scares. So therefore, is it a horror game? Yeah. You be the judge, you tell me. And it's a copy of Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Yes. Like I said, I included this. Jump scares, run around, quite scary at night time, zombies chasing you. It's not a horror in the same way as like Resident Evil Biohazard, where everything's scary. Your shadows are scary in that game. And I haven't played it in VR. I have it in VR. I haven't played it. I don't want to. Yes, I want to be able to sleep at night. So yes, you tell me whether you would consider Dying Light a horror game. Very cool games. Run around, do some parkour, kill some zombies, run away, get some tools, do bigger weapons. Kill bigger zombies. Yes. The sequel? Yes. Another game in the series is coming out soon. Dying Light the Beast, which I will be picking up. I won't pick it up on day one. I never will. The only games I'll ever pick up on day one are sort of like Souls-like. Or, well, then again, Resident Evil Requiem, that's coming out soon. I'll pick that up day one. And Silent Hill F, I'll probably pick that up day one. So, going against my own rules. So, ignore what I've just said. Yes. But yeah, you tell me. The next game I picked up only a couple of weeks ago, and I still haven't got round to playing it yet. I'm not sort of like rushing to play it. I picked it up because it wasn't a bad price, and that game is Saw on the PS3. Yes, there's only 2 of these. Saw 1, I would assume, and Saw 2. Saw 2 is a little bit more expensive, somewhere in the £40 price bracket. So I won't be picking it up anytime soon. I will be getting it because I've got Saw 1, so therefore I have to. It's only the law. But yes, this sort of follows along the lines of the films, solve a load of puzzles, try not to die. Yes, and that is Saw 1 on the PS3. The next game I picked up in Poland when I went on a little holiday with my wife and family. Because it was a bit cheaper. I think it was 33 quid there, and in UK CXs it was 55, so saved 22 quid. Yes, and you know me, I am good for nothing. Yes, and that game is Silent Hill, the HD collection. Now this includes Silent Hill 2 and 3 in glorious HD. How glorious it is, I don't know. I picked this up because it was quite cool and pretty and whatnot, and realising that it was quite a bit cheaper over there than it was here. Yes, I haven't got around to playing this. I played Silent Hill 2 and 3 when I was a kid, and was scared then. So therefore, I might be scared now. Anyone that collects horror games has to have Silent Hill, Resident Evil. It makes no sense if you collect horror games and don't have these 2 staples, in my opinion. But yes, another beautiful title. The next game I picked up only maybe last week, and I played the prologue. I watched a couple of videos on this one because they kept sort of, well, not videos, sort of YouTube shorts. They kept showing up, and the game looked very interesting, and the reaction of people playing it was very funny. So I picked it up, and that is A Quiet Place on the Xbox One X. Yeah, it's beautiful. Like I said, I played the prologue. I got to like the first showing of the beast kind of thing, and he didn't do anything. He killed my partner, didn't he? Yes. So I'm going to be putting many hours into this. I want to complete it. Like I said in my last video, you put on your headset and the microphone picks up what you're saying, sort of the volume of your breathing and screaming and such, and the monsters can hear you. Yes, very trippy. But yes, another beautiful title to the horror collection that I am forever growing. The next game is a Nintendo Wii title. I love the Nintendo Wii. My love for the Nintendo Wii is vast. Very good console. I play it on a Wii U now, so we get HD. Yes. And that is Obscure 2 on the Nintendo Wii. This game is incredible. You are a group of school children and your friends get captured and you have to try and save them. Try and hunt around a sort of horror-esque kind of school or mansion, one of the 2, and find your friends. Yes, it's quite I wouldn't say a rare game on the Nintendo Wii. This was 30 quid. Most Nintendo Wii games are 3 pence. Do you know what I mean? They're super cheap, but yes. So when I saw this in a CX, I had to pick it up because it only makes sense. Yeah, I haven't put much time into this, but the time I have put into this, I've very much enjoyed. Very cool game. Very easy to get through kind of thing. I believe, is it number 2, where the soundtrack was like Sum 41 and sort of pop punk era? I believe it's number 2. Let's go with number 2. You tell me if it isn't. Sick. But yes, Obscure 2 on the Nintendo Wii. And now the last game is controversial because I think it's one of the best games, one of the best horror games ever made, and only a few of you may have played it. It's not a rare game or anything like that. I think it's currently like 18 quid in CXs and shops and such is sort of the going price. But I thought it's a amazing game. It probably scared me the most, and that is a Blair Witch. A Blair Witch, The Blair Witch, or just simply Blair Witch on the Xbox One. Now, this game terrified me more than the others. Walking through the woods with a dog that every time a branch in the distance makes a rustly noise, it chases after that. So it leaves you alone. And then you start seeing shadows dart between the trees, and the shadows get closer, the noises get louder, until you are getting chased out of the woods trying to find any source of light so you don't cry. Yes, if you haven't played this game, I applaud you to go and play it. Absolutely incredible game. I've completed this many times, punished myself many times. Any game is the same. Any horror game is the same. You play it once, you cry a bit. You play it twice, it ain't too bad. Play it 3 times, you're running through, kind of thing. So yes, absolutely incredible game. 18 quid, go buy it, it's a bargain. Have fun. Yes, my recommendation. Yes, and that is my horror game collection so far. I have a few other titles that are sort of on the borderlines of horror, sort of The Evil Within, which is just a violent simulator kind of thing, the same way that Manhunt is. But yes, I'll be doing more of these kind of videos where it's sort of picking racing simulators and things and such. But for now, horror games. Horror games are the one. If you want to scare yourself and have a nice evening, don't play them. Yes, but thank you all for watching. I think there's around 160 odd of you now, and I want to get to 500 within a year. That's my goal. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It takes 2 seconds and it's free. Yes, I won't bother you. Yes. I hope you have a lovely Sunday and try and have a good week. Peace.